Hey everybody, Roman versus with the Squashfest podcast and my co-host.
Perpetually unhinged like Dean Ambrose, but carrying this company on his back like John Moxley. It's the boy Harm.
And our special guest today is Mac. What up, buddy?
On video footage and all. What's up? Grainy as hell.
That's what kind of show we're gonna have. Okay.
So yeah, Monday Night Raw.
Solid.
Talk about it.
I thought it was a pretty good show. It was way better than SmackDown.
Smack it down? Smack it down.
Smack it down. Smack it down.
With
Yeah.
its SmackDown logic. It was a pretty good episode in comparison.
That was good. It was good. I had to rewatch the Trick Williams part because I didn't really hear what he said.
We totally talked over that.
Undertaker.
Yeah.
He did.
Well,
he went crazy.
Well, that was during the international feed, so I don't even think we need to discuss that, but we can if you want. According to Roman, NXT is not canon, so we don't have to cover it.
Yeah, it's not canon.
Oh,
He was beefing with Undertaker though, so it might be canon.
it's canon, bro. He's beefing with Undertaker. He talked about his knees.
He did.
Yeah.
He talked about his knees, how they click.
I didn't even see the original tweets. Did you guys see any tweets from the Undertaker talking trash?
Yeah, last week. So it was last week after Trick Williams. He was messing with the guy who won LFG, and Taker basically came out and criticized him for messing with the young kids, and yeah, it doesn't really matter. And they're in Houston this week, so they just wanted to get the Trick Williams Undertaker moment. It's fine. Trick is doing great work right now. You know, TNA heavyweight champion. The fact here's my quick problem. Trick has made 2 main roster appearances, right?
Okay.
This man is already a world champion, and we haven't put a world title on Dominic Mysterio yet. We haven't put a world title on Braun Breaker yet. Like, there are so many guys who could have benefited from that spot, I think, more than Trick Williams can.
But he's a world champion in a whole nother company.
Exactly. Yeah, no,
It's
it
still
does
world
matter.
championship.
It's
It does
still not on
matter.
par. A world champion from another company is not equal to a world champion in
Oh,
WWE.
I agree.
So
But
that's
I'm saying,
the
if you would
point.
put Dominic Mysterio in that spot and he won that TNA World Championship and he showed up on Raw with that World Championship, you're bringing the elevation of TNA even further, and you can.
But
get
we're not
Dom
at
Heat.
that point yet. They're still working strictly with NXT. They're not on main roster. Just because Joe Hendry made an appearance at WrestleMania don't mean that they're ready for that level.
I think there are guys there who are on that level to be put onto the main roster. You're telling me you don't think Mike Santana can show up on Raw?
No.
You don't think Masha Slamovich can show up on Raw?
No.
What do you mean? Masha Slamovich is amazing.
The only guy probably is Joe Hendry.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because
And
of
even
his entrance.
exactly, and other than that, I agree. Joe's not even ready for that.
I disagree. I don't think y'all watch enough TNA. Y'all don't understand how good the talent on TNA is.
They're very talented. They're not great mic workers, and the ones that are good mic workers aren't great in workers. Like, they still have a lot of work to do. That's why they're on par with NXT, because they're still learning, they're still growing. But they're not ready for the big stage. There's a difference when you're standing in a room with 5,000 people versus the 2,500.
That's promotion of the company. Moose can show up tomorrow on NXT or SmackDown and be ready.
I would argue probably Moose. I think maybe Moose.
Frankie Kazarian can show up on Raw or SmackDown and be ready.
I don't think so.
Frankie Kazarian is a 20-year vet. He's been wrestled in AEW, wrestled in TNA, he wrestled in Japan. Frankie Kazarian can show up on SmackDown and be perfectly fine on SmackDown.
I think you're wildin', but it's fine. So back to Monday Night Raw. This guy gonna take
What's
4
we want to talk
minutes.
about first?
He's gonna take 4 minutes to tell me that TNA wrestlers are ready to be on Raw. Stop it.
They are. Just because the promotion isn't on the level of WWE doesn't mean the talent isn't on the level of WWE.
I don't think the talent is ready.
I think the top tier talent who's been there for a long time is 100% ready. I think guys like Leon Slater aren't ready.
I don't think so.
You got the Hardys as the tag titles. You got AJ Francis on the show. You got Nick Nemeth on the show. You have guys who have been on major promotions. You can't tell me that TNA doesn't have half their roster can step into Raw or SmackDown.
I can, and I just did.
And you're wrong, because half of them came from Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm not counting the former WWE
and they were in catering.
Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander. Like, there are guys.
I literally just said I'm not counting former WWE guys, and then you proceed to name WWE guys.
Because that's half their roster. I'm telling
okay, and I'm telling you that I'm not counting them. We're strictly talking about the people who have not been on WWE programming.
Not been there. Yeah.
They would have to come up through developmental. I'm sorry.
I disagree.
You made a case for Moose, and I'll concede to Moose, but that's about it.
Anyway, Monday Night Raw. It was a solid. It was a solid show with a few lulls in the show. I thought it had a few lulls. We kick off the show with CM Punk in the ring. And we talked about this last night when we were doing the TikTok live. Because the shows, the PLEs are so condensed, it's very hard to make a build towards a match and make it compelling. Because Punk came out last night and he was just basically saying, I'm here, I want to be world champion. Gunther is a credible champion. He was a 666-day Intercontinental champion, longest reigning Intercontinental champion of all time. He's a great world champion, but he's never faced anyone like me because just like I've always been telling you, I'm the best in the world. That was a whole promo. Gunther comes out, and Gunther basically talks about Punk's ego and how he was gone for 10 years and how his ego is false because his ego is fueled by all of the fans chanting his name, and Gunther's ego is based upon how he's always a winner and he's always a champion. He said the only way that you can call yourself the best in the world is by being the world heavyweight champion, and he's right. And so he tells Punk, I'm going to chop you, I'm going to break you, and I'm going to make you wish you never stepped into a wrestling ring at SummerSlam. And he walks away, and Punk doesn't say anything. Punk kind of, I understand what they're doing. Next week we'll get Punk's retort to that, but he kind of looked like no pun intended, he punked him out last night. Gunther did. And I'm going to need to say this now. I need Kevin to lower that.
Yeah, is that the TV, Kev? Okay.
Yes, it's the background. It's the background.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm going to need that to go away because...
Yeah, so I agree. He definitely did. It kind of came across as though Punk got punked for all intents and purposes because there was no real response. He literally, Gunther came into the ring, said what he had to say, and then Punk never responded at all. He just looked at him dumbfounded, and that's so out of character that's what threw me off, and it turned me off to the segment. For Punk to just stand there and not have an immediate response, or at least have a back and forth before Gunther did that. Like, it was literally Punk talking, Gunther comes out, he talks, end of segment. There was no back and forth, like, at all. And that was my problem with the segment.
That might have been done purposely, though.
No, 100% that was done purposely.
To make Gunther look stronger as a champion.
I don't think we're going to get either of them. I don't think we're going to get any physicality before SummerSlam. I think you'll get Punk come out next week, and he'll cut a promo, and he'll get his one-up on Gunther next week on the go home, and then you'll have the match at SummerSlam. I don't think you get any physicality between the two of them before SummerSlam.
100%, because you can't afford it. CM Punk will get hurt. I meant that in the nicest way possible. I didn't even mean that as shade. I meant that honestly.
He hasn't gotten hurt in a while, honestly. So I don't think he will get hurt.
I mean, this is a guy who got hurt twice in AEW, and then in his first match back in WWE, tore his pectoral muscle. So yes, I understand. He's old, he's brittle, and he's broken.
I'm just saying, why risk it? That's all I'm saying.
I get it. I agree. All right. So after that, we get apparently the first match. The first match of the night was Sheamus and Rusev.
Yes.
Oh God.
We don't need to spend a lot of time on this. Spoiler alert, this match was trash. And from the very beginning of this match, we knew the outcome, which is Sheamus is going to pick up the win. So that way they're matched up 1-for-1, and then we can have a third match in another few weeks. And that's exactly what we got here. It was just in JR's words, a slobber knocker. It was a slobber knocker, and
they could. Why not just have a two out of 3 match or whatever? What was that?
No.
The whole match series, if they're going to do it like that, going back and forth, it's annoying.
I mean, this match wasn't as good as the first match when they were just beating the crap out of each other. This was just, can Sheamus beat him? Can Rusev beat him without cheating? He tries to hit him. He puts him in an accolade. The crowd popped for the accolade, and when Sheamus broke out of it, Rusev tries to cheat again by removing the turnbuckle padding over the buckle part. Eventually, Sheamus hits Rusev's head on it. Sheamus hits a bro kick. Sheamus gets the win. That's it. We talked about this before. They brought back Rusev. They're doing nothing with him. He's feuding. He feuded with Alpha Academy. Now he's feuding with Sheamus. They brought back Aleister Black, and they're doing a little bit better with Aleister Black than they're doing with Rusev, but also doing nothing with him over there. It seems directionless when they're bringing these guys back from AEW right now. And we'll see. Maybe after SummerSlam, I think we should get Aleister Black and Cody for the world title. I think that should be his first feud. But we'll see what they do with these two guys after SummerSlam.
Nothing special about this match.
No, absolutely not. This was as Big E,
because I didn't see it.
As Big E would say, this was 2 big meaty men slapping meat.
Yes.
All right. Then we get the Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match between the LWO, the Creed Brothers, and the New Day. So before this match, there was an interview segment backstage with El Grande Americano. And Kathy Kelly, I think it was Kathy Kelly, it might have been the other one. It might have been Jackie Redmond, it doesn't matter. One of them is asking Ludwig, what is he doing? Because he's under the El Grande Americano. And I popped super hard to hear the German national speaking Spanish under that mask. It was hilarious. So Dragon Lee confronts him, and they're continuing the Chad Gable story, but with Ludwig, where all of the masked luchadors are upset at El Grande Americano because he's disrespecting their culture and their heritage. Mm-hmm. Ludwig pushes him. He said, "Yo soy luchador, tú eres basura." Yes. Which translates to, I am a luchador, I'm a real luchador, you are trash. Or you are garbage. And they brawl.
He hit him with the Macho Man in Spanish.
It was funny, but I was just like, okay, what are they doing? So then we get the tag contenders match, and I called this before the match started, everything except for the finish. I said El Grande Americano is going to come out. He's going to attack Dragon Lee. The LWO is going to be distracted. New Day is going to go get the pinfall. That's exactly what we got, except Joaquin Wilde reversed the Midnight Hour on the New Day, and LWO got the pinfall victory to become the number one contenders match. The number one contenders for the tag team titles, which
shocked me. I thought New Day was going to win. To be honest with you, I'm staying back. I didn't realize
so
whole life was going to win.
So it does two things. It gives you another credible tag team on Raw that can go for the titles, but it also keeps the New Day story of they're so entitled that feeling that that they should always be the number one contenders for the tag titles, but they continuously lose. So I understand having New Day take that loss last night, because now you can have another segment next week where they go to Adam Pearce and be like, we want a championship match, and be like, you just got pinned. Why would I give you anything? So fun enough match. Like I said, we got so I think it's next week. I hope it's not on SummerSlam. I think the match is next week. LWO and Judgment Day for the titles.
Yeah, I think so.
There's no way LWO win these championships.
Not even a little bit. Like, not even. No. Worst case scenario, both of them can go down with injuries and be out for the next 6 months, and they still wouldn't let LWO pick up the win.
Oh, damn, Jay.
You just wrote off Finn Balor and JD McDonough and said we're not giving them the titles anyway.
It's still not giving them the titles. Like,
they could both be injured, and they're not giving up those titles to the LWO. I'm sorry.
You can have Dominic Mysterio hold both tag team titles. They're not getting them.
Also facts.
I believe Dominic Mysterio and Roxanne Perez would hold those tag team championships before the LWO win the tag team championships.
And that is sad. That is terrible. Oh, life. Every time you say it, like thing.
Where do we think we're going with El Grande Americano?
I think they're just holding it down until Chad comes back.
Until Chad gets back. Yeah.
Then it might be a battle for the mask.
That would be hilarious.
That would be funny.
Undertaker SummerSlam 95.
No.
Undertaker Brian Lee versus Mark Calloway.
Oh my god.
Which was hilarious, because us as kids, we were probably watching that and we were like, this is awesome. We got two Undertakers. Now when we get back, look back at it, Brian Lee was so much shorter than Mark Calloway was in that match. It's like, why do we think this was cool?
Because you're more gullible as a child.
Mac just said children.
Imagination.
Mac just said children are stupid.
All the crappy movies we liked as kids. Then we get as adults, we're like, why did I like this?
Hey, you put some respect on the never-ending story.
I can't.
Wow. Wasn't even confirming the never-ending story. I was more thinking about Superman 4. But yeah.
Superman.
That was crap. I never liked Superman 4. Anyways, the quest for peace. So then we get our Becky Lynch promo. Becky Lynch comes out and she starts talking. She says, Lyra, I have something to say to Lyra. Lyra's entitled. Lyra shouldn't be in this match. I beat her already. I shouldn't be facing her at SummerSlam. And she's going for the tag team championships tonight with Bayley.
Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't this take place after the backstage segment with Becky and Lyra? Because this leads into the match.
Yeah, skip this. So Bayley and Lyra did have that because it was a pre-tape. So Bayley and Lyra had a pre-tape where Lyra goes to Bayley. She goes, Bayley, you asked for this match after I beat your ass last week? And Bayley's like, that's water under the bridge. That's fine. You have your championship match at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm getting us our title match that we never had a chance to have at Mania tonight. And she's so good because when she's talking, all I could think was pigtail hugger Bailey in that moment. She seemed like that excited teenage girl fan character she used to have. And so she walks away. She goes, "Oh, you even got the notes about the matching gear." Like, so
I
she
love
walks
that line.
away. Bailey's so good. She walks away, and Lyra's like face, she's like in shock. So yeah, then we got the Becky promo. Becky talks about how Lyra's got the match at SummerSlam, how she's going for the championship tonight with Bailey, and then she goes, "Who needs 2 belts?" Which is ironic coming from Becky because Becky 2 belts. And Lyra comes out, and Lyra says, "What do you want from me?" And Becky goes, "Remember when I told you if I lost you in the last match, I would never challenge for the Intercontinental Championship again? I want that same thing from you. If I beat you at SummerSlam, you can never challenge for this Intercontinental Championship again." And Lyra agrees, but she goes, "I'll only agree if you make it a street fight."
Mm-hmm.
And Becky puts her head down and very quietly says, "Fine."
This is where you went crazy.
I went nuts because, again, I understand SummerSlam is going to be 2 nights. And the only way this works is if you have this match on one night and you have this Cody Cena match on another night. But you should not have multiple matches of the same stipulation on a card. It makes it boring. It'll be like having 2 different tables
on the same card because it's on 2 different nights.
They didn't announce those on 2 nights. I said it only makes sense if you have it on 2 different nights. Because if they're both on Saturday night or they're both on Sunday night, it can get stale while you're watching the show. It'll be like having 2 tables matches in one night. It'll be like when TNA did Lockdown and every single one of their matches was in a steel cage that night. Like, why? Like, why do I have to watch 6 matches inside of a steel cage? It takes the special.
And the theme of this review is Lockdown.
I understand that, but you're making now the gimmick not special for what should be your main event. You shouldn't have a street fight early on the card and a street fight later on the card because then the street fight stipulation for the main event doesn't really matter. That's just the way I look at it.
No, you're absolutely right.
So then we get this match, and this was a fun match, just probably match of the night. Becky and I keep saying Becky, I keep doing this. Bailey and Lyra have really good chemistry as a tag team. Judgment Day, they're coming into their own. Raquel and Roxanne, fantastic tag team. Roxanne's a fantastic in-ring worker. We're harping on this a lot in the last couple of weeks. They're really pushing Raquel as a powerful. Thank you, Mac, for that. They're really pushing Raquel as a powerhouse. But Raquel and Roxanne get the win because of Becky's interference. So towards the end, Lyra tags herself in, tries to go for something from the top rope. Becky pulls her off, attacks her, throws her out. Maybe it might have been it doesn't matter. The Judgment Day win.
I love when the play-by-play guy literally just gives up and he's just like, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter."
It was fine. This whole match was to get more heat on Becky going into the match at SummerSlam. It was perfect. It was fine.
Need the win. They got the win.
I think week by week they get
between the 3 of those characters, Bailey, Lyra, and Becky. So,
well, that I'm completely over, but
it's also. Raquel hits the Tahana bomb on Becky. I did it again on Bailey for the win. So, and we didn't talk about this. Bailey towards the end, we talked about it last night. Bailey towards the end looked like she hurt herself.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know where it was in the match, but towards the end of the match, she kept pulling on her hamstring. And
was it after she did that move that you say she needs to stop doing?
After she did the sunset flip powerbomb, it very much could have been because she banged her legs into the corner again. So it very much could have been. But Raquel gets the pinfall victory again, which is great. They're really pushing her as a force. Dom got involved again in this match. Oh, we got to talk about, before I go to the next segment, we got to talk about Dom and AJ Styles, the thread of this entire show. Stop rolling your eyes. So the thread of this show was Dom Mysterio needed to get
Roman's over it.
He finds this so entertaining, and I don't know why.
It's hysterical because last week AJ was praying to God that Dom would be cleared, which is hysterical. This week Dom had to go see medical. He kept avoiding seeing medical. So the Judgment Day show up in a Range Rover, and he gets out, and all the rest of the Judgment Day walk away, and Dom goes, "I'm going to valet the car," and he goes to hand the car keys to the valet, and the valet is AJ Styles. And he's like, Dom, don't forget, you gotta go see the doctor. And he said, just take my car. And then later in the show, after the tag team match with the New Day, Dom is walking by, and he's talking to somebody. I think he's talking to Raquel and Roxanne, and you see a janitor behind him mopping the floor, and he's got his hair in a bun. And I said to Matt, I said that's going to be AJ Styles. And he turns around, and Dom looks at him. He goes, "Are you stalking me?" And he goes, "I'm watching you. I just need you to go see the doctor." So he starts mopping, and New Day walks by, and he goes, "Hey, I don't want you to slip and fall." Oh. And the force way, I want you to slip and fall. And Xavier looks at him. He goes, "Is everybody losing their minds around this place?
Like, what's going on? What's really going on right now?"
So after the Raquel Roxanne match, they're coming backstage, and you hear Adam Pearce yell, "Dom! I'm done with this. We're going to see the doctor right now, or you're going to hand me that Intercontinental Championship." And Dom, playing it so well, he goes, "But this is my title." So he goes to see the doctor, and later in the show, he comes out, and the doctor comes out, and he goes, "I need to fill out paperwork. I can't tell you if he's cleared yet or not," which is so total BS. Because if anything, from what I've always understood about WWE medical personnel or WWE where they get checked out, it's an open room for where multiple wrestlers can walk into. It's not a private room. Also, the GM has access to that room. He can be watching the doctor as he's inspecting Dominic Mysterio. He doesn't need to be standing outside the room. To have Nick Aldis, now I did it the other way. Adam Pearce.
Are you good?
No, I don't know, bro. I am to have Adam Pearce standing outside that room. It would have only been funnier if he had a glass cup to the wall and listening in, waiting for that thing. So he comes out, and the doctor tells him, "I have to fill out paperwork. I can't tell you yet." So AJ walks up. He grabs a clipboard. Dom blindsides AJ with the championship belt. Picks up the paperwork. He goes, "I'm cleared. I'll see you at SummerSlam," and throws the clipboard on top of AJ Styles. In one segment, Dom went from cowardly heel to aggressor, and now this asshole. So I thought that was hilarious. The thread of the night was hysterical. I thought AJ should have showed up one more time as a popcorn vendor during the international segment. That would have been hysterical. But it is what it is. I see that I'm the only one entertained by this.
Yeah, they serve the purpose. They serve the purpose. He's clear. We're over this now. They're gonna have a promo next week. Maybe throw hands. Or AJ's gonna try to get his hands on him. And then it's gonna go to SummerSlam. And then Dominic's gonna win.
Probably.
Prediction.
Dom definitely wins this match.
Yeah. All right, so then we got a backstage segment where Karrion Kross, well, the backstage segment is Sami Zayn. He's being interviewed. And Sami's saying, I need to finally put down Karrion Kross. He's the reason I wasn't in the gauntlet match last week when he hit me with the pipe, because if I were in that gauntlet match, I might have had a chance to win my goal and have be the number one contender for the world championship, which is my goal. Karrion took that away from me. He's stopping me from what I really want. So I need to be done with this. I need to be done with him. So Sami Zayn gets to the ring, and Karrion Kross gets to the ring. And again, the disrespect to Karrion Kross, where I said this,
has the best entrance in WWE.
Best entrance in WWE. It should not be on the commercial break and only for the international audiences.
Yep.
If you're trying to talk, you're still muted.
Just forgot about that. Okay, yeah. You see what they just did? I cut myself. It's actually did Karrion Kross.
Only the international feed caught Mac.
Oh, Jesus.
Caught Mac talking.
Because in America, I was damn sure watching ads. There was no fee of that. It sucks. I like his entrance. His entrance is dope.
His entrance is great.
Oh.
His entrance is great. So, Kross dominated most of the match because Sami's still selling the rib injury. Towards the end, Sami's started getting control. He goes for a haluva kick. Scarlett grabs the pipe, heads it to Kross as he's laying in the corner after the exploder suplex. Scarlett jumps on the ring apron, distracts the referee. Kross cracks Zayn in the gut again with the pipe and hits. Did he hit a finishing move, or he just hit him with the pipe and get the pinfall?
He hit him with the pipe and got the pinfall.
He hit the pinfall, right? Okay. A perfectly fine match. It served its purpose. Karrion Kross got on Raw, got a win. That was the purpose of this match. We're finally putting Kross on a prominent position on Monday Night Raw. Something that we've only been asking for 6
I don't know about prominent position, bro. It's one match. He won one match this year.
If you're getting TV time on Monday Night Raw,
that's not prominent.
That's how many? We were complaining about Apollo Crews.
LWO just won a match. Are they prominent now?
Yes, because they're champions. Now they're challenging for the tag team titles next week.
This man.
They're losing, sir. They're fodder. That's
if you're getting any TV time on that company, you're in a prominent position because there are so many people who are employed in that company who would fight for TV time and they cannot get it.
Hey, Mac.
Yeah.
Oxford Dictionary. Prominent. Important or famous. Are either the LWO or Karrion Kross important because they won one match this entire year? Okay. Are they famous because they won one match this entire year?
No.
Not prominent, Harm. Not prominent.
It's promos, but not winning matches because this is how long has he not won a match?
It's his first. This is only one this year. On Raw.
We are 7 months in, bro.
Come on, man. Well, granted, he won like a heel supposed to. He cheated. But he got the victory.
A win is a win.
But he's not prominent. Okay? Let's get a couple more wins on your belt, and then we'll see.
Then we'll talk.
Yeah.
This guy, he really said that. He meant that with his heart. Get out of here.
I still believe it.
His full chest, he said that with his full chest.
There are so many people who can be getting on Raw and SmackDown who are not on Raw and SmackDown who will fight for that position.
Apollo Crews, we know, but that doesn't change the fact that they're still not prominent.
That man's in catering right now.
I don't even think he's in catering, bro.
They don't fly him to the shows, bro.
Yeah, I think he's just home.
Man, he's at home? Oh.
Yeah. Why would they pay for a ticket to fly him to the show knowing he's not going to be on the show? This ain't AEW.
Yeah. Well, there's that.
All right. So we got a backstage segment between the 3 former Asian members of Damage Control. The Kabuki Warriors and EO are back there, and they're all just talking each other up. EO saying, "I'm so proud of you guys. You have a number 1. You're gonna win the tag titles, even though they're not even in the match at SummerSlam. So I don't know why EO was telling them they're gonna be tag team champions soon." And then the Kabuki Warriors are like, "And we're proud of you. You're gonna once again be WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion," or whatever that title's called. And EO, again, she seems, and I said this last night, I hate the character. I love the wrestler. I hate the character.
I love the
because
character.
she's
You need
so
to get over
bubbly.
it.
No, she so bubbly.
So what?
And she's so
That's
everything.
her character.
She's one step away from coming out in a Japanese squirrel girl outfit and giggling to
No,
get
she's
people.
not. That is not. That is nowhere near the same character.
That is the character.
That is not the character.
That is what I got from that last
That's what
night.
you get from that, because you're a weirdo.
Because then she starts laughing and giggling, and she's doing whatever she does, and then Stephanie walks in, and Stephanie walks in, and she says, "EO, if you win the Women's World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam, me and you are going to be able to run back our match, and we can finally see who the better woman is." And EO's like, "Well, I'm going to win my match, but we don't have to wait until Clash in Paris. We can have it tonight in Houston." And Stephanie's like, "Bet." And so we have that match. Stephanie McCurva, this is EO Sky. And this was a very good match. Finishing in a no contest because every female who's not doing nothing interfered.
I was wondering where he was going with that. He said every, and I was like, what's he about to say? He said doing nothing.
Towards the end, really good match. Towards the end, Secret Hervis comes down and gets involved. Stephanie fights them off. Chelsea Green comes in. Secret Hervis.
I hate that name.
I started calling them the Scott. Started calling them the Scottish Secret Service because that would have made more sense, but whatever.
Yeah, the Herb. No.
Secret Hervis.
I hate that name.
What's her face? Chelsea Green comes in. Starts to attack. She gets fought off. After she gets fought off and she eats Stephanie's finisher, not Jade, Naomi comes in and attacks EO from behind. Like this, there was just so much going on in this match, and I understand why. We need to have Naomi still be this unhinged character. We need to still be, and what's the babyface fought them off? I don't even remember how this ends.
Rhea Ripley came out.
Rhea Ripley comes out. Thank you. I was like, somebody comes out after that. Yeah. Rhea Ripley comes out and backs up the baby faces, and they stand tall over Secret Hervis and Naomi.
But you knew that was coming. You knew that was coming because it was telegraphed. That whole segment.
Yeah. Again, there's a lot going on without anything going on.
Yeah.
That's the way I felt about this. Like we need something to do with Stephanie to keep her viable until the end of August when she gets her championship match. So she's feuding with Chelsea Green. We need to keep pushing the women's triple threat match going into SummerSlam because there's no reason. I said this before about Punk and Roman, but there's no reason why Rhea and EO should hate Naomi, except for the fact that Naomi cashed in. There's a professional reason to hate her, but there's no personal reason to hate Naomi.
Yeah.
But so Naomi had to come out and attack Io last night to now make it personal because you're getting involved in my matches. So I get it, but again, there's not much going on in this. Hopefully, those three women tear the house down the way the other three women, well, two of the three women and Bianca tore down at Mania. We're going to get a tag match, by the way, next week. Or no, I can see a 6-person tag actually next week. We're going to get Ripley, Io, and Vicar. Like it's Secret Harvest probably at some point. And Secret Harvest and Chelsea.
You know,
the booking's the same.
They still do Vince's formula. They still do Vince's formula. You know that, right?
Well, because Vince, regardless of such a deplorable, despicable human being he was or is, he wrote the book for how you book modern professional wrestling. And Paul learned under him. Triple H may have his own ideas of how you portray characters, because I think he does a better job portraying characters in today's world than Vince did. But the booking strategies that Triple H implement are Vince McMahon's. There's not much difference.
No, there's not.
It's how do we formulate people hating each other? And we just do a tag match against these two baby faces versus heels. How do we get this moving forward? Oh, we'll give them a squash finish with no actual winner to continue the story going along. Like Vince wasn't a bad booker. Vince just didn't understand how to formulate his old school wrestling ideas in the new school way of presenting them on television. And I think that's where he struggled. And then we got our main event segment where we were promised Roman Reigns. We got Roman Reigns, but the Seth Rollins group, we need a name for this group. The Seth Rollins group comes out first. And Heyman starts cutting a promo. Heyman... what was Heyman's promo even about? He just starts cutting a promo. He starts talking about Bronson Reed.
Rambling about some shit.
I don't think Heyman had idea of really where he wanted to go until Roman comes out to stop him. So Roman comes out, and
Heyman was trying to convince Roman.
Yeah, once Roman hit the ring. But I was trying to figure out what Heyman was talking about before Roman got there. I don't remember.
I don't remember. It wasn't.
So
he didn't say anything.
He introduced himself, and he starts talking for a little bit before Roman. Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
He was about to. Then Roman's music hit. He didn't say nothing.
Oh, whatever. I could have sworn he had like a short little promo before Roman showed up.
Yeah. My name is Paul Heyman, and then all of a sudden Roman's music hit because that was his segment that they came out.
He started. No, he did. He talked for like 2 seconds because then he was like, he's standing in the ring with the future of the WWE. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, something.
Oh, okay.
There was something, but I just couldn't recall because it was non-consequential. Roman comes out. Okay. Roman standing in the middle of the ring, staring at Heyman and Braun and Bronson, and Heyman says, "Roman, we were always better together than apart." And Seth Rollins is going to be out for a long time, and this group kind of needs a leader, which kind of is disrespectful because you got Braun Breaker right there. You don't need a leader of Braun Breaker. He should be leading.
No, it's because he's not ready. That's why they need a leader.
But I think this whole thing of what they're doing right now is to elevate Braun into being that leader.
Yes, to get him to that point, you have to elevate, which means you are not elevated currently, which means you are not ready.
I think he is, but whatever.
No, you're just glazing on him.
No, Braun's ready to lead a group.
Oh my god, terrible. If he was ready to lead a group, he would be the leader of the group, but they brought him in with Seth because he's not ready.
To lead the group.
We even
Did you
said
not
it.
hear
The
that
whole
mic?
reason you're
Yeah,
pairing Paul Heyman with Seth is because you still need Seth to get to that next level. If we're saying that Seth
Yes.
still needs to get to that next level of
He's
echelon,
talking about Braun Breaker. He's saying Seth.
no, I'm saying Seth. If
Why
me
does
and you said that the reason you had to
Oh,
pair
okay.
him with Paul Heyman was to get him to that next level of respect, that next level echelon,
Yeah.
right? And he wasn't
Right.
ready. What makes you think Braun Breaker? You think Braun Breaker's more ready right now than Seth is?
No, Seth is
Absolutely
ready to lead a group, which he's doing. I'm not saying Braun is ready to be a main event on the level of Roman
You
or
said he's ready to lead a
Who
group,
said
and I'm
that?
telling you he's
Right.
not ready to
That's-
lead a group.
no. There's a difference between leading a group and being the face of the company. Putting Heyman with Seth was to elevate Seth into the level of Roman and Punk and being the face of the company.
If Braun Breaker was ready to lead a group, he would not be a member of this group, sir. He would just have his own group.
Segment. I don't agree with that segment. I don't agree with that
This
take.
group is about Seth.
But this group is about Seth Rollins, correct? I agree with you.
Okay.
But Braun Breaker is ready enough to be the focal head of his own faction.
If that was the
honestly
case, he
agree with that.
wouldn't be
You know
in this
why?
group.
He's not ready. Hold on. You know why he's not ready? Did you not hear his promo?
We'll get to that in a
His
second.
promo he gave.
We'll get
He's
to
not
that.
ready, bro.
We'll get to that in a second.
You can't say he's ready with he got his promos. No, he's not.
His promo was 100% garbage.
It was, but we'll get to
Like,
that.
But he's ready to lead a group. Stop it.
But you can lead a group without being the mouthpiece. You don't have to. You can
How?
absolutely lead a group without being the mouthpiece.
No, you can't.
Think about D-Generation. Think about D-Generation X. They didn't. Hey, Triple H was the leader. I'm talking about the Triple H, the version with Road Dogg and Billy Gunn and X-Pac. Triple H was the leader, and yes, Triple H did a lot of the talking, but he wasn't the mouthpiece. A lot of the talking came from Road Dogg.
Road Dogg said the same things over and over. That does not count.
Nation of Domination. Farouk's the leader. The Rock was the mouthpiece.
No one other than old heads looks at Farouk as the leader. Nobody acknowledges that.
Farouk was the leader.
But no one acknowledges that.
Everybody knows Rock is the leader. That's her point, bro.
No, Rock became the leader when they jumped Farouk out and then replaced him with Owen Hart, which for some reason is still a thing that happened. All right.
Do it, bro.
But Farouk was the leader of the Nation of Domination. Anyways, Paul Heyman's like, we were better together than we ever been fighting each other. This group needs a leader because Seth Rollins is going to be gone for the next, whatever, he said, really long time. You should join us and lead this group. And so eventually, Tribal Chief gets a microphone and he goes, "Are you stupid? Are you delusional?" He goes, and he starts breaking down as, you have to understand something. You turned your back on me. You turned your back on the Bloodline. And the Bloodline wasn't just some normal faction. The Bloodline was family. We weren't a wrestling faction. We were God's creation. This was about family. And even though you've always been friends with my family, I brought you in and you became part of our family. And you turned on us. You turned on everything that we built. For what? For this? And then I think he called him a bastard. He called him something, and that's when Braun Breaker steps up.
Calls him a dumbass.
That's what he said. He said, "You're a dumbass." And so Braun Breaker steps up, and he does the Roman thing where he puts his hand out, and Heyman hands him the microphone. And Breaker,
the slight disrespect in his face.
Well, it's the thing. It's the thing. No, well, it's the thing of them really trying to elevate Braun right now to the main event, especially while Seth's gone. Because remember, last week before the Gauntlet match, Heyman cut a promo in front of Gunther, and he said, "Braun Breaker is the big dog. Braun Breaker is the next big thing."
Next big thing.
He said those two things because he wanted to put Breaker on the same level as the two guys that he used to manage. So they're really trying to bring Braun there. And Braun says that in the ring. He goes, "I'm the big dog now." He goes, "You need to go do what you do best. Leave and go away." That's the whole thing of his promo. He's like you just need to leave. And that was the punctuation of his promo. And everyone, the funny thing is he said that, and everyone in the ring, Bronson and Paul Heyman, if you look at their faces, they seemed so delighted and with themselves. And I can imagine Heyman's brain going, "This is not good stuff." It's just in his brain.
No. And I hope when he got backstage, he was like, "We got to work on that promo.
We got to work on your promo."
Hey, Mac. But remember, he's ready.
He's ready.
He's ready.
I believe he's ready. I believe Breakker is ready to be a main eventer in WWE. Not be the face of the company.
We didn't say he couldn't be a main eventer. You said lead a faction.
Lead a faction, sir.
If you could be a main eventer, you can lead a faction.
That's not true.
Yo, not the same thing, bro. What are you doing?
Anyways, so Reigns looks at him. He goes, "I didn't hear a thing you said." Here's the thing: neither did anybody watching. But Reigns is like, "I didn't hear a thing you said. I don't think your mic was working. Here, try it again with mine." And he tosses the microphone to Braun. Braun catches it. Roman hits a Superman punch. The heels beat down on Roman. Jey Uso comes out, does his best Jeff Hardy, Adam Copeland impression where he plays to the crowd. That's the number one. They all have. Every time a babyface comes out to try to make a save, they stop at the top of the ramp and they do their stuff. Why? What are you doing? Your cousin is getting his ass handed to him in the middle of the ring. You need to make the run out and make the save. You don't need to be playing to the crowd. This is one of the wrestling things I hate. So he doesn't make the run out. He plays to the crowd, and then he does his slow little walk to the ring until he's about halfway down, and then sprints into the ring.
Crunch Neil thing.
Exactly.
It's like, bro, you got to see me after the show. I got to see you after the show. Because you see him getting pummeled. Why are you taking your time? Huh? You got to see me.
Okay, so the Samoans beat down the other guys. They knock them out of the ring, and they hit double spears, and they look over at Bronson & Bronson injury specialists as the show goes off the air. Again, it's fine. I understand what they're doing. We're going to get the tag match at Mania. I did it again. We're going to get the tag match at SummerSlam.
Why do you stay doing that? What is
happening? I don't know.
He's glitching crazy today. I don't know what's going on.
No, he's been doing that for weeks. Every time he has to say SummerSlam, he says Mania. Yes.
Mania. Because technically it's their second WrestleMania of the year.
I keep doing it. I keep doing it because SummerSlam's going to be 2 nights, and Mania is the only show that they've had that's been 2 nights, and I keep having a mental block at SummerSlam. It's we're gonna get the tag match at SummerSlam. The Uso cousins against Bronson & Bronson injury specialists.
The Uso cousins. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso.
The things that he says. And then Lesser Uso's the other thing he likes to say.
Lesser Uso.
Yeah, Roman and the Lesser Uso.
Yes.
Do the no ye.
Oh, God.
So my problems with this was, if I'm Seth, what's my reaction? They just tried to replace you, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
You literally just dead ass tried to backstab.
Not even they just tried to replace me.
But with Roman.
With the guy I hate.
Yeah.
The guy we turned on at Mania because we're supposed to hate him.
Does that not mean that technically they just turned on him?
Yeah.
They need to address that when Seth comes back.
Seth needs to come back soon because it's not.
Well, again, it depends. We still don't know if his injury is a work or not.
It's not a work.
Which I've also been hearing that it might be a work.
People are saying this might be a work.
Reports are saying it, but I don't think it's a work.
People are saying this might be a work, so he can come back at SummerSlam and cash in on. What if Punk wins the match at SummerSlam, wins the title, and Seth cashes in on Punk? Takes the title away from Punk.
That would make sense, to be honest with you. He always said he's going to be the interfering punch.
He said he's never going to.
Comes to the world.
I'm never going to let Punk win a world championship. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So him coming and then taking
My
it
point
from
is
him,
you could have easily done that and not faked an injury.
Yes, but if you're going with this route, the faking and the injury makes the return more. We spoke about this on the last podcast. It makes the return more impactful and shocking because he's supposed to be hurt. But by doing this, to your point, yes, you are hurting your weekly show by not having Seth Rollins on the show.
Your weekly show and your overall story, because again, your overall story is all prominent on the shoulders of Seth Rollins.
Yeah, and then they're transitioning that story now into the elevation of Braun Breaker. They started it last week with the go up,
and that's why it's not captivating because he's not ready.
But also, now he's going to have to address what Paul Heyman just did.
Yep.
What if unless you address it in a way where it was Seth's idea, Seth tells Paul, try to get Roman to join, and then when I'm ready, we'll come back and jump Roman again out to make it even worse. Or you do it this way.
That's
know
too
Roman's
much because how do you explain that?
You have Seth cut a promo. Seth gets into the ring, he just cuts a promo. Seth can talk.
And I understand that, but that just sounds stupid.
I mean,
hey guys, while I was gone.
It
was my idea to have him offer the leadership to Roman Reigns, my sworn enemy, who I absolutely hate, who I forged this group to go ahead and destroy because I didn't want the bloodline around. And now I wanted him to lead my group while I was gone. But guess what? I wasn't really gone. I was just pretending to be hurt so I could go ahead and steal the title from CM Punk. That sounds so goddamn stupid.
Hey, listen.
Very convoluted.
Listen, I'm just coming up with ideas. All right, it is convoluted. It is Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff levels of booking. It is definitely Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff levels of booking. But I could see them doing it.
I could see them doing it too, but it's just really stupid.
It's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb.
All right. So that was.
You still just trying to betray me.
So that was Monday Night Raw. Are we going to talk about the Trick Williams thing on stream? Because we did it off stream.
Oh, I thought we talked about it.
No, it wasn't on stream. That was before we went live.
It's not canon. You can if you want to talk about it. It's fine. On the international feed that's not canon, we featured a character from NXT who's also not canon, talking about a former wrestler who's no longer canon while holding the title belt for another company that's not canon and their beef. I just talked about it.
Nothing is canon, bro.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
How can he not be canon?
We're getting Trick Williams. We're getting a Trick Williams Undertaker face-off tonight on NXT because Trick Williams disrespected Undertaker's young boy Jasper Troy last week on NXT television.
Is he actually coming?
Yes, they're in Houston tonight. He's going to be there.
Okay. So this is either going to be really good or really bad.
So NXT's not at
One of
the.
those.
I mean, he's talking about how Undertaker's knees click. He's talking about how he's going to put the dead man down. He was talking about how he's going to make the Undertaker's eyes roll into the back of his head for a different reason. By the way, that sounds very sus.
Here we go with Harm trying to get us canceled again.
Yes,
We're back to that.
But yeah, no, we're getting the TNA World Heavyweight Champion is going to go face to face with the Undertaker tonight. If that's not a moment, I don't know what is.
It's a moment on a non-canon televised event.
No one counts NXT, bro.
It doesn't count.
NXT is canon to the main roster.
How?
The NXT
Nothing that happens on there is consequential to the main roster. That makes it non-canon, sir. That's considered, in if we're talking like lore and things like that, that's called expanded universe. That's what that is. Those characters don't become canon until they end up on one of the main rosters.
I disagree with this whole take vehemently.
I'm just saying that's how canon works, bro.
Ooh, it's about to rain. You need a cough button.
I do.
You know, you can set your Discord to hit a specific key on your thing that'll automatically mute you.
I can't even reach my keys right now, bro.
Okay. All right. So Monday Night Raw. Let's talk about our grades and what we thought.
It was a good show. I thought it was a good show. You thought it was solid.
I said I'll go last. I think I'm gonna have the lowest grade.
I thought it was a good show. I thought it was way better than anything we've gotten in weeks from any SmackDown. It was better than our last Saturday night main event. It was better than our PLEs, other than Evolution 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was good by comparison.
So are we doing this like 10 out of 10? Like
I was gonna go letter.
How we doing this?
I was gonna go letter system, but sure, you can do 10.
Letter system. Oh no, we can do letter system. Old school letter system or new school? Because
A through F, MFA. Like,
we used to do it. Okay,
I give it a B minus.
Okay.
Solid C plus.
Actually, that's where I was going. I was gonna go C plus.
Yeah, I say C plus.
I was like solid enough. That's where I go. It was a solid enough show.
It was entertaining. A few annoyances here and there. That's usual, but I don't know. It was.
I mean, the only annoyance I really had was the Sheamus Rusev match.
I didn't watch it.
So you only had one issue with one match, and you're giving it that low of a grade? That's insane.
Because I don't think there's anything on the card that would have been like an A segment. Okay. So if there's everything else is a B minus, and like C plus is where you end up, because that is a. Oof.
I'm surprised he didn't give the AJ playing, Master of Disguise over here. He didn't give that an A.
That's
because he was over here glazing all over it the entire pod.
That's a solid B plus.
It's a B plus.
That's a solid B plus.
Not the way you were talking about.
It would have gotten during the international feed, while all the members of the Judgment Day were being interviewed by Byron Saxton. If AJ Styles shows up with a popcorn and attacks Dominic Mysterio, and they brawl into the crowd during the international feed, solid A plus. That's how you finish off that segment. They missed out on an opportunity.
You missed out on an opportunity.
No, they missed out. I feel like the two big promos they had, kind of.
If this were Vince McMahon, If it were Vince McMahon with that AJ Styles program, he would have been a hot dog vendor, and he would have had mustard and ketchup containers, and he would have sprayed them in Dom's face. That's what Vince would have done.
That's what dropped it down to me, was because the whole thing was to build up towards the end of the show when Roman pops up, and it wasn't that great.
No.
Usually when he pops up, it's like super amazing, and you're left like, oh my god, that was awesome. This wasn't that.
Right. No.
They're trying to
make that promo was not strong.
Well, the Braun Breaker promo was terrible, but they're trying to manufacture a beef for Roman Reigns versus these other two guys because Seth is hurt. Because if Seth were there, we would have gotten Seth and Roman at SummerSlam. Like that was where we were going. So Seth's not there. We need to figure out what to do with Roman. Let's have him feud with the two guys who are not on Roman's level yet, right? And they're trying to make it a captivating story arc going into SummerSlam. And I don't know. I don't know if you can.
But my fault. Yeah, my thing is this though, with the whole group. How does Bronson Reed feel?
Who knows? Because they didn't let the man talk.
Because
Bronson Reed is just your big, heavy enforcer right now. He's the solo Sikoa of this group.
Okay. You know, they bringing up Braun Breaker like you're not in the group, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's the solo Sikoa of this group. He's
slightly slighted right now. Like
he's just there to beat people down. That's it. He's just happy he's getting a paycheck and he's in a prominent position on Monday Night Raw.
And think about this. He's getting a nice paycheck, and all he has to do is maybe either stand there or drop like 2 to 3 tsunamis. Done.
All he had to do last night was carry the briefcase out and take a spear.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
He took a payday. You know, you're right.
I'd love to collect that check.
I would say he's probably getting $500,000 a year just for that.
Yeah, I'd love to get that check too. I gotta say nothing instead. Yeah, I'll take that check too.
Yep. Break my ribs. I'm good.
You know what? Okay.
That's only Goldberg spears break ribs.
I have an issue with something though. I always thought about this. So triple threat. Now, see, we had a triple threat. I can't talk.
Triple threat.
Right? I'm glitching like you.
Triple
threat, right? And you have managers outside. It's automatically no DQ.
Correct.
Why not help from jump?
That's what we were arguing a couple weeks ago. That was the entire point. It was last week. During the gauntlet, we were saying, why isn't Bronson Reed just interfering from the very beginning?
Why be out there? Go in the back. You don't need to be out there. You're not going to help.
Well, the only manager that was ringside for the triple threat match last night was Dragon Lee. Manager was Dragon Lee, and babyface is New Day didn't have anybody out there. Oh, Ivy Nile.
But she did interfere.
She did, but she's not going to be physical. But she's not going to be physical with the men. The most she'll do, because she's a woman, is trip their legs as they're running the ropes or jump on the ring apron. That's going to be the most that they're going to ask the women to do. Like, to his point, I understand, but the Dragon Lee being the babyface wasn't going to interfere on behalf of the LWO because he's the babyface.
That's true.
And because they didn't need it.
Ivy Nile, because he's a babyface. He's not going to hit a woman.
Yeah, this ain't AEW. This ain't TNA. We don't do intergender matches.
Right.
We don't have the men beat up on the women. We did that once. I think Rhea Ripley had a match against Tozawa at one point and beat him a couple years ago.
Yeah, she beat him up.
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, the most anybody did like that, something like that was
RKO. Well, no, Randy Orton's RKO on Nia Jax.
Nia Jax.
The one that
when she was in the men's Royal Rumble.
When she joined the men's Royal Rumble for some reason.
Yeah, but she's a big woman. I get that.
Wasn't that also Tozawa related? I could have sworn she took out Tozawa.
I don't remember. That was when Vince was still running things. That was like 3 years ago. My brain.
She threw him over the top rope.
Okay.
And then
that's something.
RKO.
Akira Tozawa, in wrestling terms, that's a keep cashing that check all-star. Like, he just shows up every week. He gets 2 minutes on TV, and he's just happy to have a check.
Yep.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it. Keep getting your money, man.
Especially since, what's his face, Otis is out now.
Right. He's out with injury, right?
Yeah, Otis is out with an injury. So anytime you see Tozawa with Natalya and Maxine Dupree, also members for Keep Catching That Check All-Star, both of them, because I love Natalya, but they're never going to do anything with her. So just keep as long as those checks clear.
She's a glorified trainer at this point.
Well, she asked them recently, even though she's on WWE, if she can go and do an indie run, and they told her yeah, which is why she showed up at GCW Bloodsport, why she showed up at NWA. So she's able to go out and actually wrestle other places.
Oh, so in that case, she's still just going TNA.
I can see her in TNA.
Yeah, they're partner with them anyway.
And then that way we can start transitioning TNA into canon.
Oh my God, Natalya showed up. Look how AJ Styles showed up at Summerversary.
Yeah, AJ showed up at Summerversary, so TNA's canon.
That's extended universe.
What's wrong with you?
It's literally the house that AJ Styles built, bro.
It is. It really is.
Extended universe.
That's literally the house he built.
Because again, it does not encompass at all the main roster. It doesn't do anything for the main roster. That's why it's extended universe. It's a what if story.
All right, so what if at SummerSlam, AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio? What if we get somebody from TNA make an appearance at SummerSlam, attack AJ Styles, costing him the match? Does it then become canon?
That event is canon. TNA does not become canon.
TNA's not canon.
But to your logic before, you're influencing the storylines on the main show.
That superstar becomes canon. That event is canon.
So one superstar in TNA
the
can
company,
be canon.
The company itself is not canon. Unless they have like a crossover pay-per-view where they actually are all on the same card, no. Like a Worlds Collide, then TNA officially becomes canon.
So AAA is canon?
That what?
So AAA is canon?
They had a cross event.
Technically, yes. Technically, yes. I don't like
How would
it.
that go, though?
But
a cross event
technically,
between
yes.
TNA and WWE, because you have a lot of former WWE wrestlers. So would you?
7 matches, WWE wins 4-3. That's how it goes.
6-2.
You do. I said 7 matches. How did you get to 8?
Oh, what did I say?
Oh, 6-1.
Yeah, 6-1.
No, you got to give shine to some of the TNA guys. You have like Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins, and Dolph Ziggler gets the win because that's believable for the WWE fans.
You gotta say his CNA name.
Nick Nemeth. You mean his real name, Nick Nemeth. You do Nick Nemeth versus Seth Rollins. You do Moose versus who's a big guy? Moose can face. You do Moose versus Rusev. Moose can get the win there. You do
Rusev?
I'm just trying to think of a guy who has enough cachet that the match can get marketed, but you don't actually think will win the match. Sheamus.
Yeah.
Sheamus Moose.
That too. Sheamus Moose.
You do the Hardy Boys. You do the Hardy Boys versus whoever the SmackDown Tag Team Champions are, because there are a dozen of them over there. Because right now it's the Wyatts. And then you can tell the story of Matt, formerly with Bray.
Mm-hmm.
That one makes sense.
TNA WWE crossover. They'll never do it. They'll never do it because TNA is so much on a business and marketing level below WWE that how do you market it? And then how do you do the revenue splits for this? Do you have to have it its own separate traditional pay-per-view where people have to pay for it? or do you put it on Netflix or Peacock? And if you're putting it on Netflix or Peacock, how do you pay money out to TNA? They can't get a revenue share of that money. Like, there's too many business reasons why you can't do that kind of a show.
Yeah, they could figure it out. It still won't happen. Because again, why am I taking my canon mainstream up against
a non-canon entity?
A non-canon? Like, they don't really exist, so why am I doing
I throw a push pop at you.
So why am I doing this? Like, we're wrestling imaginative characters.
Chips don't exist.
But yeah, that was Monday Night Raw. Those are our thoughts. And yeah, we appreciate you guys always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, following, and all that fun stuff. And we'll catch you on the next one.
TNA podcast coming soon.
if you want non-canon episodes of the Squashfest podcast,
go to this guy.